I need my concealer to resurrect Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I don't feel like that's a lot to ask for, you know? Yeah, oh snap, oh snap. All right, I don't know what the hell happened there. You know, this guy just clocked out early. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Jackie. Today we're going to be reviewing and demoing the highly requested Beauty Bakerie Cake Face Concealers. Beauty Bakerie probably has to be, I feel like, the fastest growing, trendiest brand out there on the market. It is Black owned, women owned. So far, I've been consistently, for the most part, pretty happy with most of the stuff that I've tried from them. They just recently launched their first complexion product, and it is their line of concealers. The Cake Face Concealers, to be more specific. Everything from Beauty Bakerie is very girly, very like sugar and sweets, everything nice, everything between, bob and weave type of situation. I think right now more than ever people love supporting women-owned brands, minority-owned brands, and that is why it makes me even more happy to continuously use their products here on my channel. The Cake Face Concealers come in 8 different shades, 2 light shades, 2 medium, 2 dark, and 2 deep dark. So let's just state the obvious. There's 8 shades total right now, which in hindsight is kind of dismal. I feel like a lot of times cosmetic brands forget about the deep dark shades and they just focus on the dark. So across the board, it's a pretty even ratio of starter colors. The shades start out at $20 each, and they are on the Beauty Bakerie website. I can tell by looking at the packaging, it seems like a pretty watery concealer. I don't really like watery concealers. I like my concealers to be a little bit more thicker, more plump. Let's just talk about what I like about concealers in general. So a couple things I'm gonna need for my concealer. I'm gonna need my concealers to cover up the bags. I need my concealers to clear my debts, college loans, you know, defaults. Might consider bankruptcy. I'm gonna need concealer to fix all that. I need my concealer to resurrect Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I don't feel like that's a lot to ask for, you know. I do tend to stick to full coverage, but I do think sometimes there's a time and a place for medium. They do say that these are a full coverage concealer with a matte finish and texture. It's supposed to be brightening. It's supposed to cover hyperpigmentation and scars and body marks and, you know, gunshot wounds and all that stuff. I'm just hoping that this product lives up to its hype. Right off the bat, I do really like the packaging. It's very simple, it's sleek. You can see the color, so that's nice. There's no frosted glass here. So, you know, the color that you see is the color that you get. I am a little bit concerned about the descriptions on the website because I've swatched each of them because I want to be prepared before the review because I know y'all like dragging YouTubers acting like we don't know how to read instructions when we in fact do. Most of the descriptions for the concealers that are said to be warm or yellow toned actually looked neutral, and I'll just walk, as a matter of fact, I'll just watch all of them right now. So the first shade that we have is actually the darkest shade, and it's called What's Frappin' It. This is described as a peak tone or cool tone concealer, which is great. I've got something to contour with, so not mad at that. Here is Your Mocha Me Crazy. Never mind the fact that my hands look significantly lighter than my face. They're not. Don't come for me. This shade is Cool Beans. I was also very pleased to discover that this concealer wasn't as watery as I thought it was. So Cool Beans is a medium dark with yellow warm undertones. And once again, I'm just not seeing yellow warmth. I'm seeing more neutral actually from most of these shades. Next shade is You're Beautiful. You're Beautiful. So You're Beautiful is, I just love all of the like play on words and how everything just references to either coffee or chocolate. So You're Beautiful is looking like it's gonna be my highlight shade. It's said to have yellow warm undertones, but I'm not getting that tease at all. I'm getting actually more neutral, slightly pink. It's gonna be kind of pointless to swatch the next couple colors, but I'm gonna do it anyway. You know, we're here, might as well. This is pro-caffeinating. This, in my opinion, is like the only true yellow concealer I've found so far from this collection. This is the color that's right in the middle of the collection. This is Love You Latte. And then the last two are Don't Give a Frappe and Mug Life, which this one's giving me a little bit more pink, and this one is a little bit more on the yellow side. You get 4 milliliters for $20, which is pretty competitive. It's a silicone-based concealer. So, going in with You're Beautiful. I do really like the wand applicator. It gets you a nice even spread. Yeah, that's a really good That's a really good applicator. Already, it surely does feel like full coverage. Most definitely not seeing yellow undertone here. It's looking way more neutral. Now that I see what the undertone is like, You're Beautiful is definitely a touch too light. So I'm taking Cool Beans and I'm mixing that on top. But the consistency and the finish of these are brilliant, like super thick, very bouncy, not too watery and slippery. And I'm going to take What's Frappin' and contour. Oh, that's a dark contour. That's really dark. I'm not gonna get too heavy-handed because this is a pretty dark concealer. I don't know if I'm happy with this color though. I feel like it's a little too neutral. I've never worn a concealer that's this neutral. I don't know if I'm happy with it though. Let me also highlight a little bit of that 5-head. You know, also the color, when you apply it, looks wildly different from how it looks in the bottle, which I find a little strange. I wonder if I have to, even when I shake it up, it doesn't seem like it changes. Like, I don't know, something is just weird about the colors. Let's get to blending, because I don't know, y'all. This is not what I expected. Ooh, I think they dry fast. Ooh, let me move faster. Oh, snap. Oh, thank God this isn't a watery disaster. Thank God. These definitely dry down pretty fast, like really fast. Oh snap, oh snap. As I'm blending that out as a contour, I definitely see it's very cool, more like a neutral cool though. Let's hope the concealer works some magic, guys. Uh-oh, I'm getting some Patcharella. Let's try this again. I'm gonna add another layer. I'm not gonna wait, I'm gonna blend it right out. Oh gosh, no. This feels like a very unique formula. Like I wasn't expecting, it's almost kind of, oh, the color's nice though. Way better, way better. All right, I don't know what the hell happened there. You know, this guy just clocked out early. This is almost like a tacky concealer to where if you pounce on it a little too much, it might come off. But this eye blended out fine. So I don't know what, I don't know what went wrong, honestly. Okay, so instead of, oh, that's much better, much better. All right, so I'm dragging a little bit as opposed to patting to get it to cooperate better. So that's what it is, much better. Instantly fixed it. I do feel like as I blended it out, it warmed up more, much better. Even just by swatching, I just knew the colors were gonna be off. Now that's giving me a little bit more warmth and it's actually not a bad shade at all. This is probably the most unique concealer formula that I've tried. Make sure you drag. I would usually not advise you to drag. I would always say pat and pick up, just because that builds coverage. I kind of feel like with this, the more you drag, now don't be too aggressive or too harsh. Feathering it outward actually, in my opinion, helps get the most out of this concealer. Talk about learning curve. I guess that's why reviews are so important, because I was ready to be like, Beauty Bakerie, I don't know about this one. And I am still skeptical, but you know what? Now that I've learned what works and what doesn't work, it's actually not as bad as I thought it would be. Literally is sticky. It's almost like, the best way that I can describe this is like a primer infused concealer. Wow, the finish looks absolutely gorgeous though. You know how when the texture of something is matte, but the finish isn't? That's how I feel about this concealer. It's shiny, but it still dries down to a matte texture. It's just the finish that's not matte. Does that make sense? What do you guys think of the color? I think the color's actually stunning. I'd be curious to see how this wears underneath my Beauty Bakerie flower powder. This is one of my favorite setting powders ever. And I would imagine that they're probably formulated to work together. I don't have anything else to compare this concealer to. It's just really weird. I'm confused. I don't know if I'm intrigued. I don't know if I'm impressed. I don't know yet. Because I don't know what the hell I'm experiencing right now. Not trying. I don't know what I'm experiencing. I'm going to try You Mocha Me Crazy in my mustache. I always set my smile lines in my mustache with a little bit of extra concealer. It's still November, guys. Nothing here to see. All right, move along here. Okay. I hope the color of this does not play. Oh, okay. Okay, we're gonna go to Cool Beans and mix those two shades. Put a little bit over my smile lines because I do live quite a happy life. So, you know, I spend a lot of time smiling. With my foundation brush, I'm blending these out very quickly. See, now I couldn't get away with wearing these all over the face like as a foundation because they're just a little too on the neutral side. I wish that there was a little bit more yellow in these concealers. Under eye, I think it works just because it's naturally like a highlight shade anyway, and it's the right amount of neutral. If it was any more neutral, or even worse, if they had added more pink, I would have been like, nope, can't use it. Goodbye, Kylie Cosmetics, gotta go. There's not a single line. Wow, no lines, no creases under my eye. Can y'all see this? I haven't even set it with powder yet. I low-key feel like this one might be coming for Shape Tape. But I say that because Shape Tape, I feel like, is one of the only concealers on the market that does what it says it does. It doesn't need powder to be set. I feel like this is kind of a similar formula. So if you have dry skin and you're just not a fan of translucent powder, you know, team hydration, you may like this concealer. Well, now I'm gonna shut up and just set my under eye. I'm gonna bake with the flour powder, dab off the excess, dab, 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 and go in. Now I'm hoping that this concealer isn't so sticky that it literally grabs onto the powder and I'm not able to brush it off later. And I'm also going to set the center forehead. I switched powders around my mouth to kind of bring the warmth back to my face. So I use my Laura Mercier translucent powder. I usually do that when I feel like a concealer just isn't warm enough, so it kind of helps correct it in a way. Quick check-in. So usually this is the step after I finish my eyes where I remove the excess powder, but I feel like it melted right into my skin and there's really no need. So I'm gonna finish the rest of my face and then come back with my final thoughts. Okay, so I figured out why the concealer is so sticky. According to this, it's actually waterproof. Now today we will not be dunking our heads in chlorine to test this theory, okay guys? But I did want to make note of it. I think that definitely kind of justifies why the texture was so thick and tacky and so budge proof. This also says that it's paraben free and vegan friendly. And so far I am really happy with how the overall look and finish of the concealer is. It was a little bit of a learning curve for me. So hopefully the application tips that we talked about and I used earlier will help you, because I can totally see why someone would go into this product thinking, nope, not doing it, girl. The colors do kind of alarm me a little bit. I definitely feel like this probably isn't one of the most flattering shades that I've used, but it's also not the worst. I'm not gonna lie though, as off as it looked in person, oddly enough, looking at my monitor and on camera, it looks really flattering. I would almost kind of categorize this as like an HD concealer. It just looks amazing on camera. So far, I would actually wear this concealer again. It wouldn't be my first choice, but I definitely would wear it again. Just approach the colors with caution. Everything else was bomb though. Like the formula was bomb. Oh, Beauty Bakerie! At this point, what's gonna make or break for me is the wear test. I'm gonna wear this for like 3-4 hours. I can pretty much tell how I'm gonna like it by then. So I'm going to check back in a couple hours. Right now, the time is just before 4. It's actually 4 o'clock even. I'm going to check back in with you guys in a couple hours. Breaking news from Los Angeles. We are live. I'm Emily Blair, and we are first on the responders to be telling you guys the first-hand experience about the Beauty Bakerie concealer. Okay, so I got to wear this concealer a little bit longer than I originally thought I was. So it's now 7:40. Receipts, please. There you go, 7:40. I actually feel like this concealer well exceeded my expectations as far as performance goes. There's a healthy amount of glow. It definitely stayed a lot more matte than the concealers that I'm used to. For example, NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. That is like the pinnacle. That's like what everything is just gonna naturally get compared to, because it's my favorite concealer of all time. Don't be judging because everybody else got their own favorite concealer of all time. And when you know, like something, that's just what you stick to, you know? If it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. I feel like, and this is a big claim, but this is probably the most unique formula out there on the market. I've never had a concealer dry down like that, but was still movable. The whole like patchiness in the beginning was a little weird. It was definitely side-eye worthy and sketchy, but once I understood like, okay, just a little bit of an application step, I feel like other concealers that did what that concealer did earlier, the patchy bald spot situation, you can't fix them. Like there's really no way to fix them. Check out the mouth area. So smile lines, I noticed nothing creased, and under eye, still, let me grab a mirror before I start talking. Under eye looks very smooth. It did crease a little bit, but you know what? If you got close to my face and you notice that, you need to back up. We got issues, you know what I mean? Like no one's gonna see this from far away. From here, right, this 5-foot radius that I require of most human beings, I think it looks flawless. So just based off of that, I feel like it ended up applying really nicely. It wore really nicely throughout the day. Coverage is phenomenal. The finish was fantastic. No complaints. The only thing I could raise a complaint about would be the colors. The colors are just a little wonky for me. I actually kind of feel like this concealer would perform better with another concealer on top, because let me tell you something, I love layering my concealers. It's probably one of my favorite ways to get long wearing coverage from concealers. So what I would do is I would wear this one first and warm it up with another color on top of it. That way I get the long wearability of this concealer. I get the crease proofness of this concealer. The waterproof, just in case I feel like dunking my head in a fountain, you know, that's kind of got you covered. Because this claims to be a yellow warm concealer, and I actually feel like it was more neutral. If it was a more pinky or red or rosier concealer, I wouldn't be willing to work with that. But the fact that it's neutral, it's definitely workable. Would I wear this again? Absolutely. I will definitely be wearing this underneath my concealers. All in all, I think that maybe they were just trying to meet the neutral market. That's kind of not really something you hear a lot of people talk about when it comes to deeper dark skin. It's either red tones or yellow golden. So if you are looking for a concealer that's got not too much of both undertone, something right in the middle, you will definitely like this concealer. That's my final thoughts, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed today's tutorial. By the way, thank you guys so much for 2 million. Like, I can't even, I'm dead. I'm honestly dead. I actually hit 2 million when my last video went up, but like, I had filmed the video first, so I couldn't thank you then. But anyway, I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for the continued support. I love you guys. If you aren't a part of the Jack family yet, though, you need to fix that real quick. Find that button and fix it, okay? I look forward to many more videos, many more milestones, and hopefully more crazy memories with all of you guys. So thank you. And lastly, I hope to see you on my next video. All right, we're gonna conveniently shift myself in my wig right here. Bam. Okay. Oh, right in this section here. Just get into the space. Thank you.